that a plane? Yeah. Like, Jared, where you at? Told y'all I'm never gonna know where I'm at, where I'm gonna be at. I ain't been home all week. We dropping this Thursday. Hair look a mess. How's everybody doing? Excuse the way I look. I probably look like crap. Like, damn, Jared, where you at? I'm out here. What do I want to say first? First, I want to give First, I want to give a shout out to the people that have influenced me on this journey. People that played such a pivotal role in this channel. It's about 4 people in particular. 1, New Breed, Global Truth. 2, Prepared Homestead. 3, AP, Angry Prepper, Jason, salute. And 4, last but not least, Anthony Spade. One of the very few channels out there that supported me. And you know me, I just try to be as honest as possible. I try to be as genuine as possible. I try to stay in my own lane and do things that other content creators don't. I'm not saying there's no one like me, but if you go down the line and how I give it to you, raw, uncut truth, no matter what, yeah, I don't know too many people doing that, but I do it. So I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. If you look at everything that's going on right now, and I'm shooting this impromptu as hell. I'm shooting this. Don't worry about where I'm at. I didn't know I was going to do this. If you look at what's going on between the U.S., between Trump and China, call it the Great Deception. I don't even know what I'm going to title this. There's so many different people, content creators, news, wherever, what channel, whatever you tune into, people talking about this. But I'm going to talk about it in a way that all of you can understand what's going on. And before I do that, I just want to say, you know, as always, it's Jared, the 20-year recovering sex addict, 20-year recovering abusive sex addict, no filters, no edits, no redos. The channel that is not in YouTube's algorithm, the channel that never asks you to like, comment, subscribe. Maybe it's for you, maybe it's not. If it is, pull up a chair. I'd love to have you. If not, I hope you find what you're looking for. But this raw, uncut truth over here. Hold up for a second. We all over, man. Take my seat down while I try to explain this shit to y'all. Excuse my language. I don't care who looking. It is what it is. If you look at what's going on between the U.S. and China, right? When people are locked up, excuse the way I'm going to put this, but it's the truth. When people are locked up, right? Whether you're in jail, whether you're in prison, mainly in prison, but it can apply to the county time, county jail too. The two biggest people that run the pod control everything. You control the drugs coming in and out. Yes, I said drugs coming in and out. If they were conjugal visits, they control that too. Everything moving. Commissary, that's stuff that you can order off the menu, you know, because jail food, prison food will not suffice. All these things, the little bit of amenities that you would have while you're locked up. There's mainly two groups. The two biggest groups would control that. But when they're fighting, nothing else moves. There's no movement. You understand what I'm saying? Everything stops. Fights happen. People are on lockdown. Maybe 23-1. That's when you're locked down 23 hours and you're out for 1 hour. In that 1 hour, you take a shower, you use the phone, you do whatever you need to do. You work out, then you return to your cell. Well, that's what's going on right now. So while Trump and China are both fighting, the rest of the world is on lockdown. The rest of the world is waiting to see what happens. There are no winners here because they're both in on it. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's how it goes down. That's what's happening. It's a one big stage, and it's all in the Bible. All of this has to come. Nobody wins. We're all losers. The dollar keeps losing value. Your life keeps getting harder. And they're so good at the lies. They're so good at the deception that most of you think what's actually going on is real, but it's not. It's all planned. Other people have talked about this. Other people have said what I said, but I tried to break it down to y'all because this is the easiest way for you to understand. You see, in order to bring in what needs to happen, CBDC, universal banking income, they have to crash the system. How do you crash the system? Well, you see in part 1 right in front of you. Because you're not going to willingly vote in a system that's not broken already. No one would vote in that level of control. But you can vote that in if it gets to the point where everyone is suffering so bad, the masses don't have access to basic necessities to the point where, you know what? You create the problem and then you offer the solution. And that's what's going to happen. I just don't know how fast it is going to happen. But it's going to happen. Trust and believe. And when it does, you think you're living bad now? You think things are rough now, are tough now? When that social credit system hits, and you don't abide by the laws, you don't go with what they want you to do. It started with that jab a couple years ago. And you saw how many people buckled over that. But that's where we're headed. It's part of the reason why I moved to the country. I can't escape what's coming, but I can put some distance between me and the nonsense. Because the last place you want to be is in the big city. This is Jared, the 20-year recovering sex addict, 20-year recovering abusive sex addict. You know my name, you know my slogan. Discernment over delusion. Live and stand for something greater than one's own self-gratification. I love y'all. I'm out. People talking, I don't give whatever. I'll shoot this wherever. And I'm out.